we are going to learn very important topic of organic chemistry under hydrocarbons, alkynes. Alkynes are the hydrocarbons with unsaturated. As we know, hydrocarbons, under hydrocarbons we have learned that hydrocarbons are broadly divided into two types. What are they? Aliphatic and aromatic, isn't it? Aromatic. Under aliphatic, saturated, unsaturated, saturated and unsaturated. Under unsaturated, yes, we will have alkenes and alkynes So alkynes are the compounds of hydrocarbons having unsaturated hydrocarbons. So what is the general formula for these alkynes? Yes, CnH2n minus 2. What about alkenes? Yes, it is CnH2n. What is this? CnH2n plus 2. Yes, friends. So under these saturated alkanes are the saturated hydrocarbons. Alkenes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Alkynes are the compounds having unsaturated carbon. So alkanes will have sp3 hybridization. Alkenes will have sp2 hybridization. Alkynes, what is hybridization? sp hybridization, isn't it? sp hybridization. For example, alkanes, methane, CH3, ethane. This is ethane, right? Under alkenes, C double bond CH2, ethylene. Under this, sp, the first compound under alkynes is acetylene, C triple bond H and H. This is acetylene. Or IUPAC name is ethine or acetylene. Common name is acetylene. Ethine or acetylene. Ethane, ethylene, ethine. So these are the alkynes. Today we are going to learn about alkynes, their preparation and their chemical properties. Alkynes will have sp hybridization. Yes, what is the molecule? Acetylene. Let us take acetylene, C single triple bond. This is acetylene. In acetylene we have sp hybridization. This is the sp hybridization. So how it is going to take place? We know that yes, this is 1 p orbital. This is 1 p orbital. Yes. So these are sp hybridized orbitals. Another orbital is pxy and pxx. So we have, this is sp hybridized molecule. So this hydrogen is going to form like this. Yes, friends. So this is how hydrogen is going to form this, right? So this is hydrogen, this is one carbon, this is hydrogen, this is one carbon. Yes, friends. So let us understand. I am drawing first. So this is the bond and this is the bond and this is the bond. So this is sp hybridization. Sp hybridization found in sp hybridization takes place in acetylenes, right? So in sp hybridization we will have one sigma bond. This is sigma bond. End on end overlapping of 2pz. 2pz orbitals of carbon takes place to give sigma bond. So this is one sp sigma bond, right? So this is one pi bond, this is another pi bond where 2px of carbon and 2py of carbon takes place. 2px and 2py of another carbon. Dear friends, in acetylenes we will have one sigma bond, two pi bonds between carbon plus what is this? Hydrogen. It is also one sigma. So each carbon will have one sigma plus one sigma, two sigma bonds plus two pi bonds. So two sigma bonds, it is going to have two sigma bonds, means sp hybridization. Sp hybridization takes place between these acetylenes. Acetylenes will have sp hybridization. Since it is sp hybridized molecule, the structure of this sp hybrid is linear. The shape is linear. And what is the bond angle between these two carbons? So it is linear, 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Right, friends? Since it is a triple bond, it is strongly very near to each other, closely. They are intact. So bond length in C, triple bond C is what is the bond length? Yes, 1.20 angstroms or 120 picometers. Yes, friends. So angstroms are 120 picometers. Right, friends. So this is shorter than C double bond C. What is the bond length? Yes, we know 1.33 angstroms or 133 picometers. At the same time, it is also shorter than CC single bond. What is the bond length? What is the bond length of CC single bond? It is 1.54 angstroms or 1.154 picometers. So the bond length of this C triple bond C is shorter than C double bond C and C single bond C. Yes, friends. Since it is shorter, so it is tightly packed or closely packed. So to break this bond, we need some energy. That energy is known as bond strength or bond strength. The name of bond strength is also known as enthalpy. Right? So enthalpy of CC triple bond is more than C double bond C and C single bond C. What is the enthalpy of this? So enthalpy of CC triple bond is known as bond enthalpy. For CC triple bond, it is 823 kilojoules per mole. Yes, friends. So whereas to CC double bond, it is 81 kilojoules, whereas this is 348 kilojoules per mole, and it is kilojoules per mole. Dear friends, these are all very, very important while understanding the reaction mechanism while writing. So this is CC triple bond sp hybridization. It is having how many sigma bonds? It is 1 sigma bond. Here it is 1 sigma bond. Here it is 1 sigma bond. Whereas these two are pi bonds, right? So acetylene, it is acetylene sp hybridization. Right, friends? So this is how sp hybridization takes place in alkynes. So these are the alkynes having sp hybridization and CC triple bond compounds. So it is bond, yes, these are linear molecules and bond length is shorter than alkenes and alkanes, whereas bond strength is more to alkynes, that is 823 kilojoules per mole for alkynes, whereas to alkenes it is 681, for alkanes it is 348 kilojoules per mole. Yes, friends, this is how general introduction of alkynes. Yes, so the this is sp hybridization. It is very, very important, friends, how it is packed. So based on this, so sp hybridization, we are going to learn some properties of alkynes of CH. This is the bond. It is loosely attached compared to alkenes and alkanes, so that it easily liberates or it easily gives out H plus ions. So it acts as weakly acidic. It acts weakly acidic compound. Alkynes are weakly acidic compounds. So if you know the structure, then only you can understand how or why it is going to act as acidic. Right, friends? This is how sp hybridization takes place in alkynes. Next, let us see the nomenclature and what are the compounds, how to write the compounds names. Yes, common names of alkynes. For examples, what I said, CnH2n-2 is alkyne molecular formula. General molecular formula of alkynes is CnH2n-2. If n equal to 2, what is the compound? C2H12. H2. It is nothing but, yes, I can write CH triple bond. This is common name of this compound is acetylene. Acetylene. IUPAC name is what is IUPAC name? It is ethine. Ethine. It is ethine. Right friends? If it is n equal to 3, what I am going to get? C3. 3 2 ja 6 minus 2. It is 4. Right friends? So what I am going to get is CH3 C triple bond CH. This is methyl acetylene. Methyl acetylene. It is common name. Common name of alkynes and IUPAC names. Yes friends. So acetylene, methyl acetylene, or IUPAC name is propyne. Propyne. Dear friends. So as we know, it is alkanes. We call it as ethane. Ane for alkanes. Ene for alkenes. So for alkynes we use ine. So this is how we can ethane, ethene, ethyne. IUPAC name. So propane, propene, propyne. So methyl acetylene. When n equal to 4, C4, 4 to the 8 minus 2 is 6. H6. Right friends? So it can be CH3, CH2, C triple bond CH. So ethyl acetylene, common name is ethyl acetylene. Right? So what is the name of IUPAC? But-1-ine. It can have another structure, same molecular formula, CH3, C triple bond C, CH3, 1 2 3 4, 4 carbons, 3 3 6, 6 hydrogens. So same carbon, same molecular formula. So these two are isomers, right? Ethyl acetylene, and this is 1,2 dimethyl acetylene. So common name of this is 1,2 dimethyl acetylene. So IUPAC name is but-2-ine. But-2-ine. This is how you can nomenclate or give the name of these compounds. So these two compounds are nothing but positional isomers. Positional isomers. So these two are position isomers. Let us take n equal to 5. Let us try n equal to 5. How many structures do you expect? Yes. So C5H8. Right friends? So let us write common name CH3, CH2, CH2, C triple bond CH. Right? Propyl acetylene. Yes, propyl acetylene. No problem. Propyl acetylene. You can write propyl acetylene. When it is propyl acetylene, common name is so pent-1-ine. Pent-1-ine, 5 carbons. It can have another structure, CH3, CH2, C triple bond C, CH3. Same number of hydrogens, same number of carbons. So it is pent-2-ine. This is pent-2-ine. Right friends? So it can have another structure. What is the another structure? CH3. Right friends? CH, C triple bond CH. 1 2 3 4 5 carbons. Hydrogens 3 plus 3. Right? 6 7 8. So this is methyl. 1 2 3. 3 methyl. Right? But-1-ine. But-1-ine. Isn't it? 3 methyl but-1-ine. So these three compounds are all are isomers. So these two are position isomers. Right? Position isomers. When it comes to, since the triple bond is position only changed, these two compounds, what is the change? The triple bond position, it is 1, here it is 2. So when it comes to any of these two, let us take with these and these and this, what is this? Chain isomers. So this is chain isomers, chain isomers. I will explain in isomerism in detail about what is position isomers and chain isomers. So here just learn these two are chain isomers or these are isomers. So since triple bond can exist anywhere in the chain or homolog, so based on the position of the triple bond, we can give a name pent-1-ine, right? Pent-2-ine. Wherever the triple bond is there, give the number of that place and at the end write ine, right friends? So as per IUPAC name, you can write like this. So if you try when it is n equal to 6, let us see. So if you want to write down, you can try it on your own, or for your understanding I am going to solve it also. So when n equal to 6, right, what is the molecular formula? C6, H12 means H10, right? So let us write the structure. What is the structure? So what is the isomer? CH3, CH2, 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 C triple bond CH. Right friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is hex-1-ine. Any confusion? No. Or I can write the same compound CH3, CH2, CH2, C triple bond C, CH3, hex-2-ine. This way you can go and write different types of compounds with same molecular formula. These are all isomers, right friends? So I can write another compound CH3, CH2, C triple bond C, CH2, CH3. So this is X3-ine, right friends? So these three are 1, 2, 3. The position of triple bond is at 1, 2, 3. So if I put here, it again becomes X2-ine. If I put here, it again becomes X1-ine. So what are the other isomers are possible? So I can write the same molecular formula compound in a different way. I can write this way also. CH3, CH2, CH2, C triple bond CH. Here I can write methyl. How many carbons are there? 5 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So hydrogens are matching. 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So what is the compound? It is 1, 2, 3. 3-methyl pent-1-ine. Right? So the same compound I can write in this way also. CH2, CH, CH3, CH2 and C triple bond CH. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-methyl pent-1-ine. So this way you can write down different ways, right friends? So EF, let us change the double bond position. CH3, CH2, triple bond, CH3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let us write here methyl group. So what is going to happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 4-methyl pent-2-ine, isn't it? So 4-methyl pent-2-ine. So another way, how can I write? Yes, another way, yes, it is possible to write even this structure. So what is the structure? CH3, C, CH3, CH3, C, triple bond CH. Yes friends. So 1, 2, 3, 3 dimethyl, 3 dimethyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, but-1-ine. So these are all the isomers possible for n equal to 6. You can try number of isomers taking n equal to 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is how you can expect different structures for when it is n equal to 6. These are all isomers, friends. So this is all about alkynes. Acetylene, methyl acetylene, the common name is propyne, butane, pentane, hexane, like that. All alkynes, right friends? So let us learn the preparation of alkynes. Preparation of alkynes. Method 1 is, let us take one compound, vicinal gem dihalides. This is gem dihalide compound. It is nothing but, what is this? 1,1,1,dichloroethane. So this is gem dihalide, dihydrohalogenation of gem dihalides. So upon using KOH, elimination takes place of this HCl to give this is the compound hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen will be here, double bond C, chlorine will be there, hydrogen, and this further loses HCl, this HCl in presence of sodium amide to give acetylene. This is acetylene compound. This is one of the methods known for the preparation of alkynes, acetylene, right friends? So this is acetylene, right? Next, another method is yes, same, this is dichloro. Let us take vicinal dihalides. Let us take hydrogen. Here I am going to take bromo. This is vicinal dihalide. It is nothing but vicinal. 1,2-dibromoethane. 1,2-dibromoethane upon KOH. Yes, using KOH under heating conditions, it is going to lose this HBr, right? So this HBr is going to be loosed to give, this is the compound, hydrogen will be there, double bond C, bromide, right? Hydrogen will be there. So this further, similar to this reaction, it is going to lose further amide and going to give acetylene. Same compound we are going to get under this. Another method, dehalogenation method, tetrahalo compounds. Tetrahalo, let us take, this is bromo, this is bromo, hydrogen and hydrogen. 1,1,2,2, tetrabromoethane. Now since it is tetrabromo, let us use zinc. Yes, so zinc loses these tetrabromide as -2 zinc bromides to give acetylene. So first method is dehydrohalogenation of gem dihalides or vicinal dihalides, dehydrohalogenation of vicinal dihalides. And third method is tetrahalo compounds upon dehalogenation using zinc. We are going to get alkynes. Another method, let us see. Another method is electrolysis of, yes, Kolb's electrolysis method. We are going to get alkyne. How? Let us take malic acid, potassium salt. Malic acid, potassium salt upon electrolysis, Kolb electrolysis. We are going to get acetylene. Potassium malleate. So instead of malleate, yes, even if I take fumaric acid, what is fumaric acid? Yes, it is trans potassium salt. Yes, trans acid is potassium salt of fumaric acid. Fumaric acid, upon Kolb's electrolysis, we are going to give acetylene. Acetylene can be prepared by Kolb's electrolysis. Let us take another method. Preparation from carbides. Carbides. So preparation of alkynes from carbides. Let us take calcium carbide. Calcium carbide can be prepared from calcium carbonate. Upon heating, we are going to get calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. This calcium oxide, upon heating with carbon, this calcium oxide upon heating with carbon, we are going to get calcium carbide plus this is CO, right? Calcium carbide, this is calcium carbide. It is very, very important to make our acetylene compound. Calcium carbide, this calcium carbide upon hydrolysis, H2O, it is going to give C2H2. C2H2, it is acetylene plus calcium hydroxide taken twice. So this is how acetylene can be prepared from calcium carbide. This calcium carbide can be obtained from calcium oxide. This calcium oxide usually obtained from limestone. This is calcium carbonate is a limestone. This limestone gives quicklime. This is quicklime. This quicklime gives calcium carbide. Calcium carbide gives acetylene upon hydrolysis. This is one of the methods. Or instead of calcium carbide, magnesium carbide also can be used. Magnesium carbide. So magnesium carbide can be used. H2O, we are going to get propine. This is propine, CH plus magnesium hydroxide taken twice. This is 4H2O, 2 magnesium. So magnesium carbide gives propine. This is propine. It is an alkyne. Propine we are going to get from magnesium carbide. Carbides upon hydrolysis we are going to get these acetylene compounds or alkynes. We can prepare deuterated compounds also. Deuterated compounds. For example, if I treat this calcium carbide with 2 moles of deuterium oxide. Deuterium oxide, what is the compound I am going to get? C2D2. This is deuterated acetylene. Deuterated acetylene plus calcium OD. This is I am going to get calcium hydroxide, that is deuterated hydroxide I am going to get, or deuterium oxide, right? C2D2 is deuterated deuterium oxide. So deuterated water I am using, I am going to get deuterated acetylene I will get, right? So same way, in a similar manner, if I use, instead of this water, if I use deuterated water, 4D2O, right? What I am going to get? 4D2O, CD3, C triple bond CD plus 2 magnesium OD taken twice. This is how deuterated propine I am going to get. So these are the methods for the preparation of alkynes. Dear friends, let us see the physical properties of alkynes. Physical properties of alkynes. First 3 members, that is from acetylene to C2 to C2, C3 and C4, these are gases, and C5 to C13, these are liquids, and from C13 above C13 are solids. So when it comes to, so let us write C5, what is hydrogens? 8, so 13, 26 means 24, H24. So the compounds having the molecular formula of C2, H2, acetylene to C4, H6, that is butane. Up to butane, these are gases, and whereas from pentane to remaining are liquids, these are liquids, and above this C13H24 all are solids. So this is physical properties. When it comes to melting point, yes, so as the molecular weight increases, melting point also increases. Yes, as you know, alkynes are organic compounds immiscible with water, however miscible or soluble, miscible with organic compounds, organic solvents like CCl4, benzene, right? Or you can take ether, diethyl ether, like that. So these are soluble or miscible with organic solvents, whereas these are immiscible with water. So melting point increases as the molecular weight increases, since these are solids above C13. And colorless compounds, all are colorless compounds. And smell, when it comes smell, so odorless, there will be no odorless compounds. However, acetylene, yes, acetylene will have some specific smell. Acetylene will have specific smell, right? So this is, except acetylene, all are odorless, means no smell, right friends? So colorless, no smell, except acetylene. So all are gases. Up to pentane are gases. Remaining from C5 to C13 are liquids. C13 above compounds are solids. As the molecular weight of these solids increases, the melting point also increases. As usual, liquids also molecular weight increases, boiling point also increases, right? So boiling point also increases. Alkynes are immiscible in water, whereas miscible with organic solvents like CCl4, benzene, diethyl ether, whatever solvents you try, right friends? So these are the physical properties to learn.